A husband who cheats on his beautiful wife who is working hard to feed the children? What does the wife here deserves this kind of treatment from her husband? Let's find out in today's story. A man left his wife for a younger woman only to be dumped by her 3 years later. But what he didn't know was his wife had passed away 3 years ago. He had no idea. This is a story of a man who left his wife and children to be with another woman. He thought his wife was too strict and tried to control him all the time. So he started seeing someone else behind his wife's back. He never thought his wife would find out, but one day she did. It was a Friday afternoon when his wife came back home early from work. She was surprised to see her husband's car wasn't in the driveway. As she opened the front door, she could hear voices. She slowly walked towards the living room and saw her husband and his mistress on the couch together. The wife felt upset, but she didn't say anything. She took off her coat and left the house with their 2 children without making a sound. The husband and his mistress were shocked to see the wife there. They pretended they were just friends. The wife just nodded and left. It was the hardest thing she had ever done, but she knew she had to be strong for her children. She didn't want them to know what had happened. She didn't want to be a burden to her parents. So she kept everything to herself. Meanwhile, the husband felt guilty about what he had done. He knew he had hurt his wife, but he was too ashamed to apologize. He thought things would go back to normal, but he was wrong. 3 years went by, and the mistress broke up with him. She wanted a divorce. She said she deserved better than what he was offering. The husband begged her to stay, but she left him. Not only did she take all his money, she also left him with nothing but debt. He was devastated. He knew he had made a big mistake, but it was too late. His wife had left him and he couldn't find her anywhere. He looked everywhere for her, but he couldn't find her. He even hired a private investigator, but all he found out was she had changed her phone number and moved to another city. He didn't know where she had gone or why she had taken the kids with her. One day he got a call from his ex-wife's parents. They told him the devastating news. The day that his wife and child left him is the day that they died. They died because of an accident. Only her parents knew about it, and they chose not to tell anyone. They didn't want to cause any more pain to the family. They knew their daughter and grandchildren was in a better place now, and they didn't want to disturb her peace. The husband was shocked. He couldn't believe what he had heard. He felt so guilty. He had caused the death of his own wife and children. If he hadn't cheated on her, if he hadn't treated her like garbage, maybe she wouldn't have left him. Maybe she would still be alive today along with his children. He regretted everything. Missed his wife and children every single day. He wished he could turn back time and do things differently, but he knew he couldn't. All he could do was move forward and try to make the best of the situation. But it wasn't easy. He would never forget what he had lost. He would never forget the day that his wife and children died. It was a day that would live with him for the rest of his life. A day that would haunt him until he died. What lesson do we learn from today's story? We learn that cheating is never a good idea. If you cheat on your partner, you may end up losing them forever. And that can lead to a lot of pain and suffering. So if you are in a relationship, don't cheat. Be honest with your partner and try to make things work. Don't let your hormones control you like a puppet. Well, guys, that's all for today's story. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you liked the story, please hit the like button. Thank you for watching.